What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk presented by Lions Nation Unite. Today is Wednesday. It is the February of, 16th of February of 2022. Actually, you know what today is. It is the day that my man LL Cool Tones, he's refreshed and he is hydrated after, the body count day on Monday. So he's good to go. Today we're going to talk about free agent wide receivers that we have on the Detroit Lions. If we're going to bring them in, we're going to keep them. You know how we're going to do it. We're going to do hell yeah or hell no with that. And then we're going to have a good Black History moment from one of our own. So stay tuned to check that out. But before we get into all that content, I'm going to bring in the crew. Y'all know him. He is the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. February is his time of the year, ladies. LL Cool Tones, what's up, my dude?
Summertime is my time of the year, ladies. That's what I like. But was Proud Nation and good morning.
And y'all know who it is. He is the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan, Mr. 8 Mile himself. My man, who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fan?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
There you go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
What's going on, Lion fans? So, Curt, let them know how we're going to bring this in today.
All right, today we're going to talk about three free agent wide receivers. We're going to profile them here on the show today, and then we're going to look at, should we bring them back or should we not? First up, we got KADAREL HODGE, primarily a special teamers. He had 13 receptions on the year, 157 yards, no touchdowns, but he averaged 12 yards per reception. I would say he's a really good special teamer. He's a good gunner. He's one of those guys that he kind of fits that role of, he knows his role and fits it well. He can be a good, serviceable backup wide receiver, but his role is primarily special teams. All right, one of the surprises of the year, KALIF Raymond, 48 receptions for 576 yards and 4 touchdowns. The little speedster did his thing. He had 12 yards per catch. I mean, you look at his body work this season, he was a really surprise pickup for the Detroit Lions as far as how he performed while he was on the field. He kind of took a step back when that young fella, Amon-Ra St. Brown, did his thing. Now, last but certainly not least, it's the whoopee. Y'all know what a whoopee is, right? It's a security blanket. And a security blanket for JG this year when he got signed by the Lions mid-seasons was Josh Reynolds. 19 receptions, 306 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But he averaged a whopping 16.1 yards per catch. I mean, come on, man. That dude really opened up the offense for Detroit. And you looked at the time he came in, that's kind of right after when we lost T.J. Hockenson for the year. And he really shined in the Detroit offense. He really opened it up for Jared Goff.
JG was getting the rock.
He was getting the rock. He was pushing the rock to Josh Reynolds. He opened up those routes down the field for Jared Goff. I like saying JG just to see LL's reaction to that name, but that's what they call him on the team. That's what the fellow players call him, JG, on the Lions. So I can't be mad at that.
They need to stop being his friend. Stop giving him nicknames and stuff. Pick on him, call him bad names.
But as far as that's concerned, we got 3 guys that are on this roster as far as wide receivers. All these guys now are unrestricted free agents. We're not talking about restricted free agents or exclusive rights free agents. We're talking about unrestricted free agents. Like, when the league in here in a few weeks, they're not going to be actually on the roster. So these are the guys, these 3 guys. You're looking at these guys. What do you think about Raymond, HODGE, and Josh Reynolds? What do you think about these 3 guys, LL?
Well, I like all 3 of them for whatever role that they serve. I like KALIF Raymond. He kind of stepped up this year. He surprisingly can catch real nicely. He's got some decent hands, and he's good with the ball after the catch. His role is a speedster, but he can do other things. I like KADAREL HODGE for serving his role. I didn't know that he was necessarily the gunner or anything like that. He did have some drops, but you know he serves a purpose as well. And then Josh Reynolds, unless they're keeping him around to keep y'all's friend comfortable, I think he played pretty decent this year. I would like to see him stick around. All three guys is pretty solid. I feel like they could all serve a pretty decent role here with us.
All right. What you got, Coach Jones, on these free agent wide receivers?
I'm kind of on the same road as LL. If KADAREL HODGE is going to be strictly a special team player, then, you know, be a gunner, then I would keep KADAREL HODGE around. If it was for, you know, a fifth receiver, then I wouldn't keep KADAREL HODGE around. KALIF RAYMOND, you know, he stepped up big. He was something that nobody thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought he could do any of that. And Josh Reynolds, man, you know, he helping on my boy J.G. Wentworth. You know, he was catching them touchdowns. It was 877 cashing out all day. So
I like that. I like that though.
You know
I like that.
Though. Yeah. So yeah, man, I like it, man. Like I could see us keeping all three. I really could.
Okay, definitely. For me, looking at these guys, they serve their purpose. I think of the three guys, the one guy I definitely would bring back is Josh Reynolds. I would bring him back. You know what I'm saying? He was a serviceable wide receiver. He opens up so much more of the field for Jared Goff, and he has a comfort level with him. I'm not saying he doesn't, but you think you look at it, how much it took him, how long it took him to get comfortable with the wide receivers in Detroit. He had a connection with KALIF RAYMOND kind of instantly. You look at some of the impact he made earlier in the season, but I just think that they can get maybe the same production, maybe from a younger wide receiver as KALIF RAYMOND. I'm not sure. You look at that KADAREL HODGE, you definitely can get some, you know, a younger player, or you traded for a guy who can play that role as well with Trinity Benson. You traded for him, you know, and I know we say he wasn't for this season, he was, you know, for the next season, but you know, we're gonna keep him around for a minute, so might as well make him a special teamer, you know, and make him kind of earn his way onto the roster. But those are our unrestricted free agent wide receivers on the Lions right now. So, you know, tell us what you think. You know how it is. You know the family discussion topic for today. Go ahead and let us know which one of these free agent wide receivers you would re-sign for the Detroit Lions, because we're going to tell you how we really feel here in a minute when we get down to our favorite segment, Hell Yeah or Hell Nah. But as far as, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We really appreciate y'all right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Be a part of Prowl Nation. Click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you know when you get fresh content from us right here on the show. And check us out on Lions Nation Unite. You can go right there in that app and watch the content right there. It's a one-stop shop, so you can watch our show right there in the app and check us out, go behind the scenes, and just holler at us right there in Lions Nation Unite. But y'all know how it is, man. It's time for us to play that game, baby. We're going to tell you how it's really going down with these free agent wide receivers. We're going to keep it 100 with Hell Yeah or Hell Nah. Okay, we're going to start with the guy. I think he was the most, I think the guy who has the most value of these three free agent wide receivers. I'm going to go with Josh Reynolds first. LL, re-sign Josh Reynolds. Hell yeah or hell no? Nah?
All three of my decisions were made based upon getting a team-friendly deal. So, team-friendly deal for Josh Reynolds, I'm going to say hell yeah. He did have some decent production. Signed him to a couple of years. He don't got to stay around that long. Unless, of course, we will be keeping him to satisfy y'all's friend. If that's the case, then he can go. Both of them can go.
All right, Coach Jones. Josh Reynolds, re-sign that fella. Hell yeah or hell no? Nah?
Hell yeah. He takes the safety with him. He takes him out the box. I don't think y'all really counted him into this factor, but he also helps the run game too. Because he with that loosened coverage up, man. So Josh Reynolds, come on, bro. You got one more year.
Okay. I'm going to say, for Josh Reynolds, I'm going to say hell yeah as well, just for those factors as what Coach Jones alluded to, where you look at him and what he does with coverage. He opens up a lot underneath for Amon-Ra St. Brown, taking with those safeties and opening up that, you know, plays down the field for for Jared Goff. He helps the underneath routes and the route concepts with Ben Johnson running those kind of routes to get that young fella. Yeah, I know the sun God, get him open. So I'm saying hell yeah for Josh Reynolds, with a caveat with LL to say, yeah, it's got to be a team friendly deal. I'm taking him on 1 year because this rebuild is not going to redone. So I'm going to take him on 1 year, prove a deal one more time for him, for Josh Reynolds. All right, next up, we got KADAREL HODGE. Keep that dude on the roster. Hell yeah or hell nah. Coach Mike, what you got?
Yeah, I'm okay. Hell yeah, then I guess because my dog upstairs, as soon as you asked that question, he was snapping. So
yeah, that's his boy.
I won't have to say hell yeah because my dog is tripping right now.
Okay, hell yeah. As soon as you stop, there you go. He stopped. You know.
There you go.
All right, LL, what you got on KADAREL HODGE? Resign that fella. Hell yeah or hell no?
Yeah, shorter deal. Hell yeah, keep KADAREL. KALIF Raymond around, man.
Nah, KADAREL HODGE.
KADAREL HODGE. Well, hell, maybe. Hell yeah, I'm gonna say hell yeah. Sign him up. Like I said, short deal. He's our special team player, and he, if he can shore up them hands a bit, give him a couple, looks during the regular season, or during the out on the field. But yeah, keep him around for a sec.
Keep around for a sec. KADAREL HODGE, for me, I'm going to say hell yeah for special teams ability. You look at what he does on this roster. I like what he does in the special teams. Kind of reminds me of what's the guy, Don Carey, where he just really plays his role. He's a serviceable backup in his position on the field, but his primary role is to be a special teamer. And I think he does that very well for the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to say hell yeah on KADAREL HODGE. All right, last guy up, KALIF Raymond, hell yeah or hell nah. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to say hell nah on KALIF Raymond. Why do you say? Because if you look at him and what you got coming back on this roster, got Quintez Cephas coming back, his role would probably be primarily what Amon-Ra St. Brown does. So I don't need two players to do the same thing. So I'm going to holler at you. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And there is a free agent wide receiver that is the best fit for the Detroit Lions that does the same thing too. Christian Kirk from the Arizona Cardinals. He does the same thing and has a little bit more talent than KALIF Raymond. So I'm going to say hell no for KALIF Raymond. Hey man, we appreciate what you did. Now it's not like a peace out deal. So where I'm like hating on KALIF Raymond, but I'm looking at what's coming back to the roster as far as the guys we have on the contract, especially with Quintez Cephas and what he does and what that's going to do for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I just think that those two guys fit the same role. I don't need that. So KALIF Raymond, we'll holler at you. What you got, LL?
I'm going hell yeah, man. KALIF Raymond had a decent little, year here in Detroit. I do believe that they'll probably end up taking another speedster, like a guy for his role, probably, maybe. But again, team friendly deal, keep him around, man. And man, nobody want Christian Kirk, man. Let him go on wherever you want to do. KALIF Raymond was here. He already got the rapport. He can get it. He can show he can play well here in Detroit, man. So let's do that thing.
Okay. What you got, Coach Mike?
Hey, I can't believe, I'm with LL. Hell yeah. Because
why you can't believe that?
I don't know, man. It's just, you kind of be having a little different, little theories. And, but I think KALIF Raymond, he's already got that chemistry with my man, Jay Jizzle. So,
I got the different theories.
So, Jay Jizzle. So, I think that chemistry is already built. I don't think if there's any reason to try to, get other chemistry going because KALIF Raymond is not going to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a cheap guy. So there's no better than a cheap guy who's going to make catches and gain yards. So you got to keep him.
Bring him back on another 1 year proven deal. I feel what you're saying, brother. Hey, if you like this content, Like the video, share the video. We on that march to 4,000. So get on the bus, Gus. Get on the train, Wayne. Get on this ride, Clyde, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We appreciate that the numbers are growing. So thank you for joining us and being part of the Prowl Nation family right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And make sure you go over to fanatics.com. Man, they got a big sale going on right now. Season's over. So go ahead and get yourself some gear right over there on fanatics.com, or go over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Get that hoodie that LL is rocking right now, and go ahead and get that MCDC shirt. Man, we have so much gear over there. And like I said, I've told you before, we're still working on some stuff behind the scenes with Lion Nation Unite to go ahead and update that gear for you guys. So we'll be coming to you here shortly. So stay tuned for that. And speaking of social media, go ahead and follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? Go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and we're all out there. So go ahead and hang out with us over there behind the scenes and see what we do, and how we live our lives off camera. You know what I'm saying? We do it. It's all family. It's all love right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. It is time for us to do what? It is time for us to zip our lip. Because this is my favorite part of the show, and see what you had to say about the last show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. All right, first up, we have Matthew Yates. He's absolutely re-signed Brown. He's talking about Evan Brown. Stepped up big time. Well, we just need to plan ahead. Sign him up so we can use him as a trade chip in the midseason for a playoff chasing team in need. Or could pay dividends. It won't hurt us to have a quality depth in the meantime. So, okay. Thanks, Matthew. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I see your vision there, Matthew Yates. Mm-hmm. Drew Forsythe, if I'm pronouncing that right, says, I think it would be a great idea to re-sign Brown. That way we can have a more expensive guy that won't play unless something terrible happens. And he and Charles Harris are the only two free agents that might bring back a comp pick. So, yeah, wasting money seems like a great idea. Well, Drew Forsythe, I think re-signing him wouldn't be breaking the bank. I don't think we're going to pay him starting center money to come and, like you said, play when something terrible happens. So, but I think you know better than that, Drew Forsythe. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I think you just wanted to be I think you might have, wanted to be sarcastic on this comment. So I'll let you slide, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all give him a pass. If I see Drew,
the eye jammies.
I'm just playing, Drew. Joseph Murdoch says, I would like to see the Lions re-sign Evan Brown and Charles Harris. I would too. I also hope Holmes is not falling for the hype and takes Hamilton over Thibodeau or Hutchinson. Okay. I'll be okay with Hutchinson. Completely bummed out if they take Thibodeau. Just stay away from Thibodeau and they'll be fine. Congratulations to Stafford and Robinson. Okay. Man. I'm not really. Well, Thibodeau.
The tips hate is real.
yeah. I mean, Thibodeau. From an effort standpoint, I think Hutchinson gives more effort than Thibodeau on a consistent basis. I think Thibodeau is the more talented of the two. So I really don't know. That's hard. That's a tough one, man. But you got your mind made up, Joseph. So you must be a go blue.
Yeah, definitely. The law firm of Murdoch and Associates, he holds it down. K-Zoom Ninja says Evan Brown showed himself to be a quality starter, but my question is, what other position can he step into? He definitely could play guard. I think he could definitely step in and and show up some of that guard spot. So if you look at the right guard position, as far as a backup, we can look at putting him behind Big V, because Big V going to be here for at least for one more year with that deal he signed. So
right. AJ Thomas says, I know we're not talking draft quite yet, but I wanted to hear your guys' take. I believe Hamilton is better pick for our team than Hutchinson. I think we should wait and trade up next year for Will Anderson. Hamilton is a game wrecker. I see a vision there, AJ. I'm not so sure if Hamilton is a game wrecker. I'm not sure if either of these gentlemen is a necessarily game wrecker as much as Will Anderson. But I'm cool with either of them, because I honestly feel like with the team or with the coaches that we have here, either of those guys that we end up taking. Even if it's not one of those three guys, we end up trading back and end up getting somebody like what's Ian out of Purdue or something like. I can't think of his name. Clark I don't know how to pronounce it. I should say
he has. Yeah,
but
I'm talking about. Yeah,
I feel like because I don't think the gap between the top talent and top 10 talent, I guess, and whatever's outside of that is that big. So I feel like anybody that we're going to end up with in that first round or however it goes is going to do well here. So,
yeah. I mean, you're looking at Jermaine Johnson, the second out of Florida State.
Right.
You're looking at Boye Mafe. I mean, as far as defensive end talent, there's a ton of it. There's a ton of defensive ends in this draft.
Chabo.
Yeah. So you can get a really good pass rusher, and you don't have to be in the top 10.
It's a bunch of good safeties too.
Yeah, and it is a bunch of good safeties. You got Daxton Hill. There's a few guys that are really good safeties because you got Daxton Hill who can play safety or corner. So
both Georgia safeties.
Yeah. So you got.
I think both of them coming out.
Yeah, so you got some. It's a really deep draft for defense.
It's deep. It's deep.
Definitely can do that. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, we need to get up on that linebacker situation though. So Mike and Chris G says resigning center Evan Brown did a fantastic job filling in for Frank Ragnow. He can play guard as well. Keep this guy, and I agree with you 100%. We don't need to let Evan Brown go nowhere. He showed that he has big game possibilities, and he can step in and fill in when need be. And we didn't really have another guy better on the second string than Evan Brown. So, yeah, keep him.
Right. Thank all you guys for your comments, of course, throughout the show and for the family discussion topic. Leave us those comments. We'll pick 6 of them to be on the next show. But we're going to go over from Kurt's favorite segment to Kurt's segment, and that's our favorite segment, and that is the Dessert with our man Kurt. What's going on, Kurt?
Our Dessert with your man Kurt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. You can go over to Delightful Bites over on Facebook. The link is in the description, or you can email her directly at delightfulbites18@gmail.com. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now it is time for a Dessert with your man Kurt. For the first part, we got Penei Sewell made the PFF top 101 players for the season. So he was the only Detroit Lion that made that. And, good job for the young fella. He had a really good rookie season.
What number was it, do you know? Or do you remember?
I don't remember what number he was. But, they picked 101 players. You got teams that didn't have any, like the New York Jets or Giants didn't have anyone. I think the Chicago Bears only had one player. I mean, you have teams like the Rams who had like 5 or 4 or 5 or something like that. So, yeah, you know how it is. And PFF, it had and it's kind of like their season their end of the season thing when they had their top rated players and who they, think did the best throughout the season. So I can't argue with Penei Sewell making that roster. You know what I'm saying? If you look at especially the first half of the season that the Lions had, surprising that we had anybody on that list. He was one player that was consistent throughout the season. So Penei Sewell, congratulations for making the PFF's top 101 players. Now it is time for our Black History moment right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And today I am profiling for our Black History moment one, Mr. Herman Moore. He was born on October 20th, 1969 in Danville, Virginia. As Herman Joseph Moore in 1987, he graduated from George Washington High School in Danville. During high school, Moore shined in track and field, football, and basketball. He graduated from the University of Virginia, where he earned a bachelor's degree in marketing and communications. During his college career, y'all know what he did. He shined and played wide receiver for the Cavaliers. In 1991, Moore was drafted by the Detroit Lions in the first round of the NFL draft. In 1995, he caught then a NFL record 123 passes in one season. He received All-Iron NFL award for his performance in the Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit in 1998. After the 2001 season, Herman was released by the Lions. At that time, he led the Lions in receiving touchdowns at 62, receiving yards at 9,174, and career catches at 670. He made the first team All-Pro in 1995, 96, and 1997. Selected to 4 Pro Bowls, 94, 95, 96, and 97. That's a great run by him. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. In 2010, Moore was inducted into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame and the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame in the same year. That's quite a career. Herman Moore was also inducted into the Detroit Lions Ring of Honor on October 28th, 2018. On the business side, from 2004 to 2013, Moore served as the CEO of Simple One Media. In 2011, he founded the Tackle Life Foundation, a nonprofit organization that provides experiences and skills for successful individual development and growth. Since 2018, Herman Moore has been the CEO of Team 84 Marketing, a certified minority enterprise marketing agency. Moore tweeted early in 2020, "Team is the most important aspect of my business because I couldn't do anything without my team." Herman Moore, you are our Black History profile moment for today for Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. It is an honor to work with you right here with Lions Station Unite and Team 84, man. We appreciate what you do, man. And you are a star not only on the field for what you did as a player, but off the field for what you do in the community. So thank you for what you do for us. What you guys got to say about that one, about the Herman Moore?
Shout out to Herman Moore, man. Get him in the hall. You know, it's been a lot of Hall of Fame talk this week, but yeah, get him in there, man. I feel like he deserves to be in there. Shout out to Herman Moore. Thank you for the opportunity, you know, with this thing here that we got going. But, you know, shout out to Herman Moore. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
He's definitely an elite talent. He's definitely one of those standout talents that could be a number one on any roster, anybody's roster besides San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, and he's a great person, great human being, man, down to earth, man. So shout out to Herman Moore, man. We always got love for that, man. Right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.
Yeah, definitely. I hear what you're saying, Coach Mike, where he played in the era where Jerry, you know, he played in that Jerry Rice era, but you look at that, the guy made 3 straight first team all pros and 4 straight. I mean, this guy had a run in his career where it's measurable to any of those top wide receivers.
Yeah, with Jerry, with Michael Irvin, with Tim Brown, with
Chris Carter,
Smith.
Comparable
Chris
numbers
Carter.
with those guys, and all these guys are in the hall. So it's time to make that call, Hall of Fame. Get my man Herman Moore in that. That's time for us to do what? Take a walk on over to that Wall of Fame, baby, on a hump day. We got my man Detroit Drew in the building. We got Brian Stover, Jimbo G, the Flintstone. We got Bo Gagrius, Justin, my favorite, Cerveza 10, Kate, and Bob Korowski. Over here in our silver members, we got Jason Portis. We got the Batman of the 313 coming to save 2022 for the Detroit Lions. And we have Mr. Scotty the Bear, the Frenchman, and Shannon Peck to round out our silver members. We got, for our gold members, we got Michael Huck. Tornado is in the building. Turner C. Burley, the inspirational one. Michael Lewis.
What up, dude?
Dr. Detroit is always in. And Mr. Rough and Raw himself, Mr. North End Ken, holding it down with just in the D, you know what I'm saying, bringing up the rear. For our gold members to become a member of the gold members, go ahead, or the Wall of Fame, excuse me, go ahead and click that join now in the description, and just become a member of the Wall of Fame. Now, this one ain't free. This will cost you a little bit of cheddar. But just if you want to just join the channel and subscribe, you know, hit that subscribe button. That's free. Free. If you need more free, it is free 99 and 50 free cents. So let's go ahead. It's time for our final thoughts for today's show. What you got, my man, LL Cool Torrance?
Well, of course, shout out to everybody that, you know, kicks it with us on the weekly. You guys are very much important. Shout out to Herman Moore. It's been a lot of Hall of Fame talk. I'm going to keep it real short. Richard Sherman, you can SMD, man. Shut up talking about other people's Hall of Fame credentials. Worry about your own. Even though I understand what he was saying, but shut up about it. And I forgot what else I was gonna say. So have a great day. Happy Wednesday. What up, though? Wednesday. If you got dollar conies in your area, go get you some.
Okay, dollar conies. You know, it's hump day. It's the grind get real today. So, you know, everybody go out to work, keep the attitude up, man, and try to make the best of the day. And Lions, you know, got some real tough decisions to make on a few players, and especially at receiver. You know, like how many picks are we going to spend in the draft on receiver? How many receivers are we going to keep? Because keeping that core, you know what I'm saying, seemed to work nicely for Jay Jizzle moving forward. So it's some tough decisions, man. You know, all those guys I think have a role. And you know, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be very interesting to find out what the Lions are actually gonna do.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so for me, definitely, I'm with LL. It's too early for all Hall of Fame talk as far as the one certain player is concerned. So there's no even no reason to really start debating that already. That player has a few more years left in the league, but we're gonna leave it at that. We ain't gonna name that dude because that conversation has nothing to do with us right now. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, just doesn't. All right. But as far as the show is concerned, yeah, we got, like Coach Jones said, we got some hard decisions and tough decisions to be made by the coaching staff and Brad Holmes of who they're going to keep or who they're going to let go. So, I mean, and this, besides really Amon-Ra St. Brown, it may be a whole new wide receiving core coming up for this next season. So you never know what's going to happen. So stay tuned for that because this is a deep wide receiver class as well. Wide receivers are going to be a deep position every draft just because of the fact that the way the college game is played now is spread out, and you have a lot of wide receivers going to come out every year. So that's just how it's going to be. You're going to have a few guys that's going to stand out. Chris Olave, you know, although Garrett Wilson, all those Ohio State guys, is, you know, they're ranked high. So I wouldn't go wide receiver until at least the third round. That's just me, but you never know. As far as definitely being Black History Month, shout out to Herman Moore, man. He does more for people than what you know. He's a philanthropist. That guy, he has a purpose and a cause, and he definitely lives up to what his calling is outside of the game of football. So shout out to Herman Moore as well. So it is Wednesday, hump day, baby. Like Coach Jones said, the grind gets real today. So keep your head up, keep grinding. And you know what you got to do for your crew, man. When the crumb off your mouth, finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life. Hold on. We have the Gold members meeting today. Don't forget that. The link will be in the description. The link will be in the description for 3 o'clock, the Gold members meeting. So if you hanging around right now, hopefully you are to the end of the show. The Gold members meeting will be today at 3 o'clock. So the link will be in the description of this video. And excuse me, the community tab. I'm sorry. But you know what you guys do for your boys, right? So it's time to get back to work. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.